like,
So
okay,
wait,
so yeah,
the FITF, no, FITF, Foreign Influence Task Force.
yeah.
So check this out. Guess what else happens about this time that the FITF's created? So in 2018, the general counsel of the FBI, Jim Baker, goes out to San Francisco just like Joe Pientka III did. So Joseph Pientka III goes to the San Francisco field office of the FBI, but Jim Baker goes to Twitter 1.0 headquarters, where he becomes the deputy general counsel of Twitter 1.0.
And just to reiterate, Jim Baker, that was the original guy that was connected to Crossfire, Hurricane,
That
and
was the
Crossfire.
lawyer that allowed and said it was legal to do a counterintelligence investigation on the Trump campaign with
Yeah.
the underlying illegal predicate.
So we had the guy who's spying on the Trump campaign immediately go to Twitter 1.0. Just now, I imagine, expand the spying operation to everything Twitter.
Yes, and then conduct and manage the censorship industrial complex
Yes.
from within.
Yes, and that's why, again, like, that's why I keep wondering, like, is there a way for normal Americans to figure out if they have ever been targeted by these gigantic, like, programs? If
Yes,
okay,
they can.
how
I
can
had a
they?
5 hour meeting a couple weeks ago with Matt Taibbi, and I said, "Hey, what's the name of that? Who was the name of that person that spied on me from Twitter, or not
Yeah,
spied, but censored me and suspended my account?"
yes.
He gave me the name.
Okay, who is it? What was the name? Jim Baker.
Stand by, because my battery died on my phone.
Okay.
Let me look it up from the email that I got from Mr. Taibbi. Let's see here. Corey Fabish, Corey, last
Corey.
name Faibish.
Okay.
Another one, Mary Strong. Another one, Amber Nicole. Let me take a look at LinkedIn because I think we did a little. I was going to do a deep dive on her.
Well, so
And
wait, so wait. So Matt Taibbi told you in an email that these three people
no, I
told
had
you.
a 5 hour meeting with him, and we discussed a lot of stuff we're covering now
Yeah.
on where I recommended he kind of pursue and continue what I call the mother of all Twitter files.
Yes, and I have questions about that, but maybe that's later. Or do you want to talk about that now?
No, let's do later.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm setting the foundation to understand who the individuals are as it
Yes.
relates to all of this, right?
Yes.
What happened to you? There you are.
So essentially, again, just to summarize, the FBI has people like Jim Baker who were managing spying on Americans, and now they go to Twitter and expand their spying operations. And Elon Musk now has recorded files of these conversations, which he
Now
inherited
it's
after
not only spying. I mean, yeah, spying, but I think more importantly, it was
censorship.
managing the content that was
Yes.
allowed in the court of public opinion in the national
Yes.
conversation as it relates to exposing them.
Yes, and that's why I want to know, there should be a giant list that gets published about every single person who was targeted by government individuals, because every single one of those people had their First Amendment rights taken away, and they should be
Yeah,
able to
but we
sue
need
them.
to first identify who was involved, who was likely involved in that.
Yes,
That's where
yes,
I lay it out.
yes, I agree.
This James Baker dude,
Yes,
he was the second witness. Remember, it was Bill Priestap and James Baker were the witnesses that John Durham used to go after Michael Sussman, the guy that was the lawyer for the Hillary Clinton campaign that entered the fake Russia dossier information. You think that freaking seriously? And that's why, and then people are like, oh, it was unfortunate that Sussman was found not guilty. Well, when your two lead witnesses by John Durham that are called in are there to like make it look like it's a legitimate trial, meanwhile they were in on the whole thing. Are you kidding me? When you start to see it, it's like it's such a sham trial.
yeah,
You had the assistant director for counterintelligence.
yeah,
That was the
everybody.
guy that said, we go after Flynn. We go after Flynn to get him fired or to get him to lie. Oh, we better cover up and testify in a manner that exonerates Sussman so that it doesn't expose the FBI in our role.
Right.
And then Jim Baker's the other guy that testifies. What, he's going to testify to convict Sussman so that then that will open up the door to then convict himself?
Right.
Dude, you got to be shitting me.
Yeah,
People are retarded that thought that John Durham was like the end all be all. Oh, he's going to expose everything. You guys get to eat crow, and you know what who I'm talking to, by the way, that are going to end up seeing this.
Right. So everybody's incestuously connected, and if anybody ever gets brought up on charges, they get their buddies to defend them with their armies of lawyers at the FBI,
and they're protected, right? They testify in a specific manner. Yeah. They'll tell the truth-ish, and then but just enough to protect themselves and then protect the person that is being targeted. Right. And so Sussman walks scot-free.
Right. Okay, so let me continue, if you don't mind, and ask a couple questions. So I also wanted to say that recently Tesla plants were attacked and sabotaged in Germany. There's been multiple assassination attempts against Elon Musk. The EU issued a warning letter not to host Trump on X, which was yesterday. And then when he hosted the Trump, there was a DDoS attack, which is a cyber attack on X. And my question is, do you think it's possible that the same people, the deep state, that are doing all this stuff to Trump and Flynn and Americans, are they possibly connected to the attacks on U.S. corporations like Tesla?
Man, you just teed up the perfect question at the exact time. So check this out. Let's take a look at some evidence.
Okay.
So remember, if you look up and do some research and you're like, wait, what about the DHS? We haven't really talked about them. No. So the DHS creates this organization called CISA, CISA.
Okay.
Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, right?
Right.
So when you look that up and you're like, oh, who? Wait, when? 2018? Wait, who was appointed the first director of CISA? It was Chris Krebs. And wait, who appointed Chris Krebs? Oh, wait. It was Mikey Pence, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
Okay. So Mike Pence is appointing all these people. Why would Trump let Mike Pence do all his appointments? Is it just like a delegation? Like he just again didn't suspect?
I'll frame it this way. Mike Pence, before he became the governor of Indiana, he was a congressman for 12 years, from 2001 January 3rd to 2013 January 3rd. And then he became the governor and then the chair of the Republican Governors Association. And then he was foisted to be the uniparty's handler for Trump starting in July of 2016. Just about the same time that Crossfire Hurricane was launched. Coincidence, huh?
So
Mikey Pence, hold up. Okay. Mikey Pence, as a freshman congressman in 2001, what does he do? He's on the Judiciary Committee. The Judiciary Committee was the one that created the Patriot Act. It was the committee that created the Homeland Security Act before Congress then created the Homeland Security Committee. So Mike Pence is a co-author in both of those, extending the FISA court from 7 to 11 judges. Okay. Also from the meaning, if you're a member of Judiciary, you have oversight over the Department of Justice and the FBI. Okay. Right. And you have, since you created the Homeland Security Act, you're probably going to help staff that entity known as the Department of Homeland Security. So you have a network of individuals, staff, and people and interests that want to move up in the bureaucracy, and they want to use you as a congressman to, help them get to these places.
Right.
Here's an assumption point. Can we assume that people within Mike Pence's network probably were placed in senior roles within the Department of Homeland Security as it was being stood up at the senior levels?
Yeah, for sure.
I would assume that in more than even chance, yes. Now, who in Trump's orbit as a construction guy, land developer, building developer, like who within his business ecosystem or with the casinos, the name branding, who within his network of influencers, that people that he trusts in his business ties has any remote interest in becoming a government bureaucrat?
Yeah, probably none. So you're saying he relied on Mike Pence for all of his nominations, and that fucked him over.
Let's go back, man. You're skipping so much. Well, this is going to be an 8-hour epic. Let's go.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, the original question was, do you think that the deep state is also connected to the attacks that are happening to Tesla and other corporations that favor free speech in
Yeah,
America?
thank you. We still haven't addressed that. So
Yeah.
we set the frame, the context, because you went on a tangent. Stop.
Yes. Sorry.
All right. Why don't you pull up and do a screen share on your internet browser and type in public service announcement, PSA, CI space, CISA, space, FBI, and
CISA
then space, DDoS.
DOS.
There. Look at that. What does it say from July 31st?
It says CISA and FBI released joint PSA putting potential DDoS attack during the 2024 cycle in election cycle in context. So they're saying that they know about
Do a control F for me and
okay,
just type in information.
information.
What does it say?
Attacks could hinder access to election information. Yeah. Oh wow.
So let's take that.
So they issued a warning about it and then they actually did it. Wow.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly
yeah.
my point.
Well,
it
that's
was a
actually
warning of what they're
yeah.
about to do. And they did it on Elon Musk last night, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's actually a pattern that the Democrats and the liberals and the deep state exhibit is whatever they accuse you of is what they're actually doing. So when they accuse Trump, for example, of leading like a coup, the insurrection, that's actually what they were doing. And
right. So this is my interpretation of this public service announcement. And you copy and paste it right there as a source, whatever.
Yeah.
It is literally, it's indicating to America that, hey, Elon, we're coming for you. Why? Because Ivan Raiklin is talking about this deep state target list, the Twitter accounts, and the mother of all Twitter files. We're going to do a DDoS against you so it doesn't come out. And we're going to DDoS you so that you don't platform Donald Trump. And we're going to DDoS you into oblivion. Wait, did they say DDoSing election information? Well, last night's conversation between Elon Musk, which is the #1 downloaded news app in America and many other countries, and a conversation with the leading candidate to be the president of either political party, Donald Trump, that to me is election information. So guess what, CISA Jen Easterly, who's the director of CISA, and Christopher Ray Epps, the director of the FBI, the co-authors of this, we see exactly what you're putting out. You're doing a public service announcement saying, hey, the illegitimate belligerent executive branch is going to take the next escalatory cover-up steps by completely silencing and muting or attempt to through DDoS any election information that exposes them.
Yeah, it is highly suspicious.
That should answer your question.
Yeah, it's highly suspicious that they'd put out the warning and then that magically then happens literally right after the warning. Okay.
If you looked at my Raiklin report from that day, I literally said that that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna go after Elon. They're gonna go after like people that like me. They're gonna try to stop the mother of all Twitter files from being.
I shall meet death head on. Nicotine, you've got to get out of here. Beware foul demons and beast ceremony foes here. The time has come to cleanse my homeland. This monastery reeks with evil and corruption. I hate staining my hands with the blood of foul sorcerers. Eternal suffering would be too great for you, Diablo. Let the gate be opened to die. I shall meet death head on. I shall meet death head on. Nicotine, you've got to get out of here. Beware foul demons and beast ceremony foes here. The prime evils are no more.